should.
You've been weaseled out of so much cash along the way, Elvis.
By you, mostly. All right, so here we are. It's the After Party Podcast. Missing Danielle. She is in flight today.
Hopefully.
She's flying into Newark. No, she'll be in flight. She just won't land.
Right. She might just stay in flight.
What are we all squabbling about these days? You know what? Everyone's got something to bitch and moan about. Why are you mad? Scotty B, you're always mad at something.
God.
Why are you mad?
Well, I was a little perturbed. I was invited to a birthday dinner over the weekend, and at the end of said birthday dinner, the check came, and the guy that organized it set everything up and said, "Okay, $237 a couple." I'm like, the fuck?
Okay.
You invited me to your party. I'm not going to pay.
That sounds pretty normal to me.
I think that's
doesn't.
exactly how that goes.
If you get a formal invitation to a wedding, are you paying? No, it's a party that you're being invited to.
So you expected a free ride, like they were going to pay for your dinner.
It was a party. It's not just like, hey, come along for dinner.
How many people?
There were 7 couples.
That's a lot.
Okay, so what do you mean by a party? Is it just
Right.
people around a table eating dinner where everything is written down on a check?
I guess it was an invite. It was an invite, though.
Okay, but hold on. You said a party. When I hear party, I see you got to pay for a band.
There was a balloon.
Get out of
balloon.
here. So
Yeah,
it was
that
not
makes
a
it a
party. It was a
party.
dinner.
If there was a balloon, that makes it a party.
But it was a dinner. It was
Yeah,
a
it
dinner
was a dinner.
party.
Yes.
And also, when you go to a wedding, you are kind of paying for the wedding because you bring a gift that hopefully covers the
I
cost.
brought a gift. I brought a gift, too.
Yeah, but I think that's just standard for a birthday dinner, that everybody splits the cost. And you split the cost of the birthday person or potentially birthday couple.
I invited a bunch of kids over for Cooper's party for this weekend. Should I invoice them at the end for the food?
Those
You'll
are
be a
totally
dick.
different things.
That's a different kind of party.
Yeah.
I think
So-
age shouldn't make a difference.
Question:
No, it's not age.
Had they told you with the invitation, oh, by the way, at the end of the evening, I'll let you know what your percentage will be to pay. Would you have not gone at
I
that
would not
point?
have
knowing
gone. I
you
would have
did?
had something else to do. Because I know that the places that they go to are always expensive. Foo-foo places that I don't eat at anyway.
go.
What?
Then don't go.
I just assumed.
You sounded like Bill Burr right there.
I just assumed it was a complimentary dinner because I was invited to it.
That is so crazy,
How do you
Scott.
assume that?
Why not?
I never
Nope.
assume that, ever.
No. And also, like,
wait, hold on. We can stop yelling.
sure.
We can. Okay, go ahead, Gandhi.
No, it would be very weird if you invoiced people for coming to a party at your home. Had you gone to this person's house and at the end of that dinner they said, hey, it's $247 a couple or whatever, yeah, that'd be weird. But if you're going to a place that specifically, this is a birthday dinner, I would never expect anybody but myself to be paying for
In
that.
my defense, this group of friends that we all go out with frequently, I've been invited to other birthdays for other people in this group, and they've paid. So I just assume that that's what happened.
So let me ask you this, though. Was there an invite that came to your inbox, or was it a formal invite in the mail? Like, how fancy was it? Because I want to see if this had reeked of the word party. Or was it just a, hey, we're all getting together for so-and-so's birthday and we're going to this restaurant?
He knows.
It was a group text. Who's available?
Oh, my God.
Then that's just a regular dinner, my man.
That's, yeah. Sorry, I think you're the only one on Scotty Island today.
My bad. For next time, I will know that I just don't go when it's and plus, there's the one guy that always goes that gets 17 whiskeys, the really old one that's expensive, and then we all have to pay for that.
Then why don't you order expensive stuff?
Because I don't want expensive stuff. I don't eat expensive stuff.
Elvis is very silent. It's like, I'm the guy that orders the 17 whiskeys.
He's frozen.
The expensive stuff.
But that guy goes to these things because he knows, other people are going to pay for it.
Well, I wonder if there are those people. Oh, I'm
Absolutely.
going to clean up tonight. I'm going to make sure Scotty B pays my whiskey bill.
Yes.
Not
Do
absolute.
people do
critters.
that? Are there people really who are so cheap they love over-ordering so they can take advantage of the system?
Same guy every time.
So I think this just boils down to the type of person you are, right? So my best friends were in town last week. They brought their families, their wives, their kids. We all sat down at Boucherie, Elvis, and we all Boucherie, and the kids got food, the wives got food, the check came. I put down my credit card. My friend goes, dude, no, we got you. No, we got our families. I'm like, it's fine. I was here.
Right.
I didn't care.
Right.
Well, okay, so here's another instance then. So this past weekend, I invited a couple of people out for my daughter's birthday, a dinner at an Italian restaurant. And when the check came, I threw my card in the thing and closed it and put it on the table. Other people there started putting their cards in. I didn't ask for it.
Right.
Did you accept it?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, there you go. Turnabout is fair play.
No, I said no, no.
customary to do that.
I said no. I got it, and they were thrust upon me, so I took it.
I will say, though, the more people that are at a party, the more people can hide in plain sight ordering the expensive stuff. I went to a retirement dinner for a cop, and it was like 45 people in the room. And there was a segment of people that, unbeknownst to us, that were in the corner, 5 guys sitting in the corner that were running up the score on the most expensive liquor in the house. And we didn't know until the bill came because they figured, hey, nobody's going to know, who ordered this stuff. And it jacked up everyone else's individual share significantly. But you know what? They figured, if it's distributed amongst 45 people, we can get away with it. So yeah, beware.
Well, I always beware when I go to any party because I'm always the one that ends up paying for everything.
Yeah.
And
That's
breakfast.
gotta be trash too.
I've been doing better with that, by the way.
Good. You should.
You've been weaseled out of so much cash along the way, Elvis.
By you, mostly. Yes.
The whole left of the menu, Elvis is buying.
For the table, everybody. For the
Scary
table.
brings a Sharpie marker and just opens the menu and circles it and says here.
He hands it back. He hands the menu back and just goes everything.
Bullshit on this because there's times, Elvis, where you and I have lunch and I say, I got this. And you're like, no. You're a terrible tipper.
Oh yeah, he's like, you tip like shit. I'm like, I don't tip 400%.
Yeah.
You're correct. But
Yeah,
I feel like
you
30, 40. That's good.
You are shitty tippers. But that's a small party.
400%.
I'm talking about like the major big, like 10 people at the table, 8 people. Look, I love taking my kids out. I love having lunch with you guys or dinner, and I love paying. I have no problem with it.
I would
Very
love
nice
to
of
be
you.
at your level one day where I could just.
Well, now, what does
talk-
that mean?
Well,
Height
We all
wise.
know.
Height wise.
Which is
what I'm
fun.
saying is like you throw the card down and it's like, you know what? I got you guys. You know what I mean? Sometimes we remember the Milos lunch. I was telling somebody about that the other day. There was 4 of us. We go to lunch, and even you, Elvis, did this at the bell. You're like,
Oh.
We're like, oh my God, who ordered the langoustine?
Crazy.
for Elvis to do that, you know it's a big bill.
Milos is good, though. That got some good
was
stuff
excellent.
That
going.
was an excellent lunch.
That was
Oh my God,
excellent.
I remember that.
So my question, I'm going to ask this to Elvis because I feel like when it comes to etiquette, he has all of this on lock. Let's say
with some things. Go ahead.
I think most things, but let's say you're a person like Scotty who does not want to pay for everybody else's stuff, or you don't want the person who like is you paying for everybody. How tacky is it to ask for your own check at the beginning? Like, hey, can you just let me pay my own?
I wouldn't even do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you have to go a little further than that. If you know that you are that type of person, or you know that maybe you're in a financial situation where you don't want to be paying for other people, you have that conversation with whoever's hosting or whoever's inviting you. Hey, look, time's a little tough. Can you tell me what the split's going to be like at the end of the evening so I can prepare for that? And let them know ahead of time. That way, you should never be embarrassed to ask that question, ever.
Okay.
I think that's one way to handle it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Trying to troubleshoot for Scott for the next party or whatever happens.
He'll still complain no matter what.
Well, look, Scotty.
Yeah.
You be you, and we love you no matter how frugal you are. It's all good.
I just mean $237 is a lot for
It
I
is.
had pasta with mushrooms and a beer.
See, had you known, you would have in advance. You would have probably ordered a lot more.
Yeah.
No, I just wouldn't have gone.
But here's the issue. When you have 7 couples, you don't want to ask the server to break every single plate down. It's easier for them to just divide it evenly.
3 of the guys got those giant veal chops that look like the tomahawks.
Oh, those are the best, man.
Those are expensive.
Yeah.
Those are like 90 to 100 and something bucks. But that's the thing, And if you're a server, you don't want to sit there and split 7 credit cards. A lot of restaurants have a limit on how many people
I think
can
it's
split
4,
it.
right?
It depends on where you are, I guess. But there you go. It's okay. But like I said, I still enjoy taking my kids out because I'm not a parent.
In fact,
You
Elvis,
do.
Let's go.
Like taking
You're
my
great.
family out.
You were incredibly generous. Elvis invited me to his table at Carbone Beach and
You
with
invited
my
me. I
girlfriend.
couldn't make it.
So you've always been that guy, and you know what? More people should be that way. I pay it forward any chance I get, just so you know.
Oh, but
do.
wait a second. Have you guys not witnessed a few times in the last couple weeks that Elvis has been here? I've tried to pay for things, and he's wadding up money and throwing it at me.
Well, I know, but that was like for an $8 burrito.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
still, let me pay for it. Let me every now and then let one of us do it.
I just like wadding up money and throwing it at people.
It's a sport.
I feel
It's a
so
good
classy.
sport.
I love it. All right, well, we're done. Feel free to squabble when the bill arrives.
Squabble up.
And, get back to us on that. Have a beautiful day or night or whatever this is. Bye.
Bye.